Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot and astrology for April 20th through the 26th of 2020. So before we get into the tarot, we're going to go over the astrology. And I just want to say thank you for all of your support. Thank you for all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to check out your monthlies as well as your weeklies for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And if you do want to book a private reading, all my information is below in my description box where it always is. And I am taking 20% off of all of my readings at this time due to the coronavirus, so check that out, guys. And also I have some information down there on how to get a good chunk of change off of Truly Divine's astrology and numerology analysis reports, which I will mention again at the end, okay? So let's get into this week here. It is the first week of Sun in Taurus. Yay! Happy birthday to all of my Tauruses. It's my birthday week, so I'm pretty excited. I put on my big hoops for this reading. So let's talk about this here. We also have the new moon in Taurus this week. That's going to be pretty big. I might even do a separate video on it. And we're starting off the week here with Monday 4/20, which I will be putting a really special and interesting video out that is quite divergent from my normal content, so check that out, guys. So Monday is 4/20, and we are starting the week off with the moon in Aries here. It's going to be a lot more energy. Our energy is going to be a lot more, jacked up. We're going to be wanting to do a lot of things. We're going to be feeling a lot more confident. We also have the sun again entering Taurus. Depending on what you think, I guess, because it's a leap year, some people have told me. So thank you again in the comments for those of you who answered my question on that. Because I was like, it always starts on 4/20. Why is it on 4/19 this year? And there was differing things on the internet and in books, so I was a little bit confused as to what was going on with the start of Taurus season. But apparently it's starting on the 19th because of the leap year. So there we go. Again, thanks for the answers on that. I don't know everything. With the sun entering Taurus on 4/19, 4/20, whatever, we have this productive, practical, pragmatic, grounded, earthy, health-conscious energy that we're going to be, more enjoying cleaning, making our homes brighter, more comfortable, looking also for new ways in terms of how to relax and enjoy things more, how to enjoy work more, how to enjoy our playtime and relaxation time more, and really get the most out of it, how to slow down while still being productive, okay? So we also have the moon in Aries sextiling Saturn in Aquarius that day, bringing up this sense of responsibility, which makes us also, again, really highly assertive in terms of pursuing our goals with deliberation. On Tuesday, the 21st, what am I saying, the 21st? It's my birthday. I got a little excited there. That's my birthday, so happy birthday to me on the 21st. I'm turning 26. Over the 25th, first quarter of life hump, so it's going to be a little weird for me. We have the sun in Taurus squaring Saturn in Aquarius, so there's going to be this sense of overconfidence masking our uncertainty and limitations, and obstacles might crop up. We have another couple of interesting sextiles, moon in Aries sextiling Venus in Gemini, moon in Aries sextiling Mars in Aquarius, and the moon in Aries conjunct Mercury in Aries, which is interesting because they're both in Aries. So mentally, we're going to be really active there, and in terms of judgment, we're going to have really good judgment, and it might be some pretty decent energy for starting or working practically on business matters there. Wednesday the 22nd, we have the new moon in Taurus, and that's going to bring up some big energies. Let me just get my notes on that, actually. So I have quite a few, but I don't want to overburden you with it because I'm going to do a separate video. But it is pretty interesting because it is the fixed earth Taurus. This is the first new moon in a fixed earth or a fixed sign here of the new astrological year. So it's got this really Empress type energy, as I associate with Taurus if you watch my tarot videos a lot. And it's going to really have you looking at, any paradigms that we've really needed to liberate ourselves from. So anything, in terms of our belief that we're liberating ourselves and tying this belief into buying things, ideas, living that certain life, having that apartment, living there. If I buy this makeup, I'm going to be super beautiful. Things like that influencers, social media says that we must consume. This full moon here, new moon. What did I write? Full moon. New moon will really ask you, is that really true here? And does that really fulfill you? Does that make you truly whole and liberated? So consumption does not equal liberation. liberation, and that's going to be a huge wake-up call for a lot of people, and I know I've been feeling it. So I've even kind of, you know, stepped, even though, like, you know, I don't know if I'm an influencer or what, I don't consider myself that, but I've kind of stepped back from social media in some bigger ways, just because I think it's, a lot of it is so fake, and it's so, you can get, I don't know, just, I'll talk about that more in the new moon in Taurus video, so stick around for that, or keep an eye out on that, because that's a big conversation I definitely want to have with you guys as well. You know, what we feel obligated to do and be in terms of social media, because we're chasing, again, this wholeness that this new moon in Taurus is really going to have us look at and say, does that really make you feel whole? No. There's also going to be this Saturn square with Aquarius, Saturn and Aquarius square, so that's going to be interesting. And again, we'll talk more about the Taurus new moon, because it'll be a really good time for a lot of, you know, again, new beginnings, looking at practicality in terms of work here, and especially because Uranus is in Taurus, and it's making some interesting aspects there as well, and having some conversations with Uranus in Taurus and the moon in Taurus. It's gonna, again, have us really being able to break some negative patterns and help us direct and focus towards things that we really want to happen, and have us looking again at what is our true nature and being a lot more true in terms of that, and that'll help us, again, pick what we want to manifest, pick where we're going. So I know that's a lot to digest in terms of astrology, so I won't burden you for the rest of the week here. On the 25th, we have Pluto retrograding, so that's going to be pretty big. There's going to be a lot of intense and complex energy hanging really heavy around this time, and we're not going to be as open and direct about our desire for control during this Pluto retrograde, okay? And that lasts all the way until October 4th. So let's just leave this all here, because that's a lot of astrology, and you can definitely check out White Light Astrology. I really love his little weekly overviews, so check those out as well if you want to look more and learn more about the astrology that's happening right now and how it's really playing out in the world around us, on a global scale. It's pretty interesting, and I really like the way that he does that, so check him out. Anyways, guys, let's get into your weekly tarot reading. So Aquarians, let's talk about April 20th, the 26th with the Ethereal Visions Tarot here. And we're going to check this out, guys. Do check out your monthlies as well. Let's see, okay. Ooh. All right, let's see. Can we get some stuff on that? Okay. And let's get some advice. Some advice, guidance for Aquarians this week, advice in their higher self. Okay, that's some good advice. All right, these cards are so shiny, it's like reflecting back into my face a little bit here. So your overall theme of the week here is strength. This week is going to call on you to have a lot of perseverance, a lot of strength, and a lot of courage, okay, to deal with things that maybe you don't want to deal with, to also confront aspects of yourself that are difficult, are more negative aspects, are more negative behaviors, and really do something about it. The strength card asks you to not give into that, and also to treat yourself in a lighter way rather than an attacking and negative way, okay? Don't attack yourself feeling guilty, ashamed for any issues that, you know, have been around thus far. You don't need to beat yourself up today. This is about strength. This is about growing. This is about knowing that you can get through this and that you can push through whatever tasks are at hand. It's time to go. It's time to grow and go. I feel that we're going to need to pull a clarifier for this one, because you're emotional and how you're feeling this week is death. You're ready for transformation. You're ready to end things. You're having like a deep awakening. When the death card comes up in your emotional self and how you're feeling, this is a week of endings, beginnings, a major awakening. And what a week to have it, you know, as not as a, what am I about to say there? As Taurus season is really that springtime, time of, you know, the May Queen coming up and fighting down the Holly King. And really, it's about death, resurrection, rebirth, true new beginnings. And death really is the opposite sign, honestly, of, well, it represents Scorpio, the opposite of Taurus, the opposite sign, which both do bring, again, that rebirth, that regeneration, regrowth. Death brings up where we need to end things, or we need to go deep, let go, and release. And this Taurus season is where things now, because they've been cleared out, are growing, are coming up. And we're experiencing this death and rebirth maybe of self. And it's pretty amazing. I have to say here, what does this bring in for you guys? Clarify. Where we have not had, it really has you showing where you have been going, but haven't been getting stability. So let's look at that here with the death card. Let me move these in the right order for you. Okay. I always forget it's mirrored when I go onto my thing here. But Nine of Swords is the first card out under that for death. For this transformation. I mean, you can see that she's crying here in the corner. Maybe we need to end something, but we're afraid to do so. We're afraid to really look at it, but it's also really wearing at us. We see two women with their heads in their hands. How long have you guys been in that position, not asking for help, not dealing with it? There's a lot of mental stress and bringing yourself down, and we need to finally deal with what's been doing that here this week. You guys have been in this really... And I know that we've talked about it a lot in the monthlies and stuff, and some people don't take it very kindly, but I know that you guys have been in a really rough state of this, of trying to make something that's also very unhealthy for you a major part of your life, trying to make something happen, make something work, prove something that is bringing up a lot of unhealthy tendencies, a lot of negative cycling, a lot of this Nine of Swords crap here, which is just a lot of looping and just painful times, you know, failure, overshadowing desire, your fears, your anxiety, your disappointments in yourself and what you've done, your shame, you telling yourself you'll never be good enough for that. Like, why is it bringing that up here? And Eight of Wands is like, for me, with that Nine of Swords, is you're running yourself ragged to the point where you're just constantly doing this no matter what you're doing, and you're doing a lot. So it's time to stop this. You know, whatever you're doing too much of, and it's not giving you that stability, that success. You might even be losing it in this case. You might be paying money for certain things, hoping that it's going to give you that breakthrough. But it's time to really look at what's not bringing stability into your life that you keep throwing so much energy into and keep, you know, trying to make happen. It's like everything just gets run into the ground again, and it makes you just feel so bad and brings you down so much. So what is that, and what do we need to do about it? Do check out the astrology at the beginning of this video, because that has a lot, you know, this Taurus new moon is really highlighting those areas, especially, let me get those notes there, where we really believe that, you know, we're chasing liberation through getting likes, through being famous, through all this like influencer culture. Maybe it's even just because of, you know, what's going on right now. Everybody's trying to hop on that train, but that's not healthy. And, you know, whatever it is you want to buy, you know, your liberation is really tied to owning, buying, being this thing that involves a lot of probably money, a lot of, you know, pictures, and what do I appear to other people. And it says, you know, you must consume this, you must be a consumer, you must be a part of this kind of lifestyle, this kind of fighting for power, this constant work, and not getting something out of it. So this new moon is really asking you, is that true? And does that fulfill you? Does that really make you feel whole, make you feel liberated? No, because consumption does not equal liberation, and it's really, really important to recognize that. So I just want to bring that up because that's what that whole thing really feels like there to me. Career is Judgment, Ten of Swords reverse, and Nine of Cups. And again, this might have a lot to do with career. It feels like you guys are going to start doing something that makes you emotionally fulfilled. If this isn't emotionally fulfilling you, it's time to face that and be okay with letting something end. The time for change has come, and it's time to face some music here. What do you need to let go of? The universe is coming in and saying, what do you need to adapt here. Mature adaptation is a part of Judgment. It asks you to really look at what you need to change about yourself, your life, how you're doing things, the energy that you're putting into things, and let things go. And again, with the Death card and Judgment here, I mean, this is really having you go deep and really look at what you need to pull out, again, swords-wise, especially about work. What do you fear so much about it? Do you fear not being good enough? Do you fear what other people might think if you do something? Do you fear how you stack up against competitors? What is it that you fear, and what is it that you need to end? It feels like you're doing something because it feels right now, or it has, and you've been chasing this thing that's been really unhealthy, but it's not emotionally fulfilling, and you need to really go deep and look at what makes you feel truly whole. What kind of career path, what kind of life path you need to switch into that's going to make you feel fulfilled, because what you've been through And what you've been doing is really just wearing you down to a really bad place here, okay? Whoever's resonating with this, at least. They definitely need to make some changes. And again, where you throw your energy, I'm not saying all of you are like leaving jobs and are in the wrong career path, but the way you treat yourself in it isn't healthy. And you need to look at, you know, why you do that and what brings up those feelings, those emotions, and those beliefs that are so negative and so harsh, critical, and just putting you again in this state where you don't actually have any. You might even be physically driving yourself to a negative place, to an unhealthy point as well. So watch out for that as well, because stress can do that. 10 of Cups reversed is love. Some of you guys are feeling really disillusioned about love. You could be feeling really hurt, like something is over. 10 of Cups reversed is just, I don't really like that. It's a lot of emotional poverty, feeling angry, feeling like somebody tricked you in a lot of ways. 8 of Cups reversed, you're really stuck on a past love. Even if you're in a relationship right now, it's like you want an apology, you want something from it. You'd like this person to come back for some reason and talk to you. You're longing for something of the past here, and you're unwilling to really move forward and onto a healthier love situation. We're like really just feeling like that was my person, that was my situation, and why that happened, that would have been perfect. Sometimes something seems perfect, sometimes a person seems perfect, but it's not for you, and it's time to move forward here. Let's get a card of advice for that, okay? And if you're in a relationship, you've got to let go of something here. Be a little less stubborn and say sorry, I'm getting, for some of you guys. Even if you weren't in the wrong, it'll make things right. Okay, if you're in a relationship, you've got to find a way to compromise. You've got to find a way to move on. And for those of you, again, holding on to that ex, that past situation that you really believe was it, time to stop juggling them in your life. You're keeping that energy that isn't letting good love come in. Throughout all of this, your advice here is 4 of Swords. Make sure you're resting, make sure that you're taking the time to yourself this week, because this is a lot to work through and a lot of change. Take a break, especially if work is like really becomes such an issue. It's time to really just take a step back, take a break, really think about things, really get connected into how you can let work for you. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be, you know, I need to put all this energy, effort constantly into something and I don't expect results, because if that's what it's getting to and that's making you crazy. 4 of Swords asks you to, you know, see how you can work smarter and not harder, how you can, you know, love how you work, how you can enjoy it, how you can feel more rejuvenating rather than exhausting and upsetting and stressful and making you feel terrible about yourself, okay? Let's pull a couple of cards here. Oof. Aquarians, we've been in a state, or whatever Aquarius energy I've been connecting with, is I feel like been in such a state for quite a while. From the Doreen Virtue Romance Oracle deck here. What's this about? What's happening? What you need to know about love and romance this week for Aquarians. What's this coming out of the middle? Something. Children and codependency. Maybe it's a childhood romance or somebody that like made your inner child feel very comfortable. But there's inner child stuff coming out here in terms of I want to be loved and I just want to be loved. I want to be loved. And that's what it feels like. But the right person will love you the right way and won't have you feeling needy in this way. Also connect with the inner child and see why it needs love, what needs to be worked on there, because the inner child is really coming out this week and saying some stuff. Especially about codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Are you addicted to wishing, wanting, and, you know, constantly saying it's never going to happen for me, even though I really want it? You need to get out of that energy space because you're manifesting constant negative stuff coming in. You've got to get into a better headspace. And believe me, I've talked to a lot of Aquarians in this space of saying, you know, I'm never going to find that person and I just want a partner. But do you want them for codependent purposes? Because if you're sitting there manifesting because you want someone to help you pay the bills, help do this, help do that. Yeah, we all do. But you can't be sitting there manifesting that when it's about love. Love is first and everything else comes after that, especially in a season ruled by Venus. Love needs to be true, real, and not codependent, because you need to be both becoming there with a full cup of love. And it appears here this week that you're having a hard time with that. And we really need to work on that, okay? So we need to look at these addictions, look at why we choose relationships like this, why we're addicted to this past situation that isn't giving you, like, anything. Okay, you might have believed it was a true love, but it's time to really move on here, okay? I'm getting called to use my Halloween oracle for you. Can we please, one at a time? It's like, do you want the whole deck? For Aquarius. Guidance for Aquarius. Jeez. Oh, can you guys please? Oh, they go face down, though. I don't like it when they go face down. Aquarius. Why aren't we getting one? Okay. Interesting that you guys get that, but we will take it. Not too surprised. I kind of felt like this card was coming out. Or at least it tried to, but didn't fully do it a couple times. Death, the eternal cycle begins here. So, do not be afraid if you pull the death card, as it simply means that something is falling away or will do so you can begin again strongly afresh. There is great power in this clearing. If you pull this card at Halloween particularly, the message is stronger still, and you should actively celebrate this new beginning. So Aquarius, yeah, death, new endings, new beginnings. I really hope this resonated. For those of you that it did, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week. Make sure to rest. Make sure to take the time out that you need, my Aquarians. Check out your monthlies, check out your weeklies. Make sure to subscribe, guys. If you want to book a reading, again, all that info is in the description box below. And I am taking 20% off of all of my readings right now, just to try to help people out and offer readings when maybe we can't pay as much. Do check out Truly Divine and their amazing astrology, compatibility, numerology analysis. They are incredible, and you can use my code Deku30 as many times as you want. You can send it to people. Again, they can use it multiple times. It's not just a one-time only code, but again, use Deku30 at Truly Divine to get 30% off of all of your astrology, compatibility, and numerology analysis. They are the most incredible analysis service in those areas that I've ever had, even getting readings and chart analysis through people and numerology analysis through people. Like, they're just amazing. So do check them out. I am just still so impressed by them. So do make sure to subscribe, guys. Make sure to share if you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful and blessed week ahead. Namaste, and happy birthday to everybody who is celebrating this week. Stay happy, stay healthy, and safe, my friends. Namaste.